A judge has denied a motion from the man accused of killing Mercedes Vega, preventing a 20th delay in the case. Cujo Young tried to change his attorney again, accusing them of unprofessional conduct, but a judge denied them. Young has filed numerous motions, changing attorneys, even at one point claiming he was going to represent himself. Young is due back in court on November 12th. The state has until December 5th to decide whether it will seek the death penalty against Young and his two co-defendants. So let's take a legal deep dive into this case. Joining me now is criminal defense attorney Josh Colesrud. All right, this trial delayed 19 times. 10 already is a lot. 19? That's pretty incredible. I mean, at what point do you think, okay, is the defense team just taking advantage of this system?
Well, when I was first looking at this issue, my feelings went out to the victims, having to watch a judge grant his continuances this many times in a row, over 5 years.
Right.
But we have to remember that there are two cases here. We have the armed robbery case and also the capital murder case. And let's not forget that Mercedes was the eyewitness in the armed robbery case, and she's no longer with us. She was murdered. So how is the prosecution going to prove that it was Cujo Young that committed the armed robbery? Well, ordinarily, you can't bring in a deceased person's statements because it's hearsay. But the Supreme Court has ruled that a defendant can't benefit by knocking off one of the witnesses. So the prosecution is going to have to prove to the judge by preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Young murdered Mercedes with the intention of silencing her. And don't forget that this case, the murder case, the capital murder case, is still open, meaning that the investigation has not ended yet. And so the prosecution may want to actually extend the armed robbery case to make sure that when they present this evidence before Judge Brain, that he's going to rule in their favor regarding the hearsay issue.
Okay, but Cujo Young, he said that his attorney was unprofessional, right? His attorney clearly has denied that. I mean, when you're representing someone who thinks that you are unprofessional and wanted you out, doesn't that hurt him?
Well, public defenders have one of the toughest jobs in the legal profession. And unfortunately, this is something that's not abnormal. And, I fully expect that this attorney will act with professionalism and will vigorously defend him. Now, you always want, if you're a defendant, a good relationship with your attorney.
Sure.
And so certainly this is going to affect that. But I wouldn't expect that this public defender isn't going to try as hard because of that conflict.
Right, they're going to do their job.
Yeah.